Live with Dragon on his pull day. So, we are back in the game. We are doing pull, push, legs. That is the current split. We have moved away from individual muscle groups. We've moved away from full body. We are focusing on hitting certain movements 2 to 3 times a week. And the way we can do that is a push, pull, leg split, or however you want to organize those words. That can be done by doing the split. So I'm going to show you guys what I'm doing. Everything that you know at this point is not to irritate the lower back, not to irritate the herniated disc, no flare-ups, because that's going to land your ass in a bed or the floor, however you recover. For me, it's the floor usually. So first exercise was a weighted wide grip pull-up, a weight assisted rather, and then we are now doing a neutral grip pull-up. So these are really great tools, and I don't make this extremely hard. I just try to put it at like 140, 160 weight assistance rather. And what it does is just fire all the blood to the right muscles, gets me primed. I can feel the muscle-mind connection, and it sets me up for an awesome pull day. So that's what we've got in store for you guys. Some exercises will have one, some will have two. It just depends on if it's a top set, back off set. But if you guys are interested in growing your backs and not irritating your lower back, stay tuned for the rest of the exercises. Dragon Aus. Machine pullover. I'm not going to lie. This is a new addition to the split. But I really like the stretch portion that takes place in the lats. I've seen some programs that are specialists, the specialization is lower back health, using like a weighted dumbbell to create this movement. I think, if you guys are experiencing a little bit of shoulder pulling, you can kind of clearly see, like, as that thing pulls you back, your shoulder does get a nice little stretch on top of the lats and the upper back. This just seems like a safer tool for me. And I recommend it. I think it's a good total back safe exercise, and at the same time you're getting an awesome stretch on the lats. A lot of the times we are shortening the muscle through limited range of motion, whereas this one is lengthening the muscle tissue and then going into that contraction. So if it's not pulled into your program, you might want to consider putting that in. Here we have the classic, the Roman chair. And as you guys can see, I'm going to be doing 2 sets on video. I tried to make the video not as boring as possible, so I'm only added top sets in, but I think this is important to add the body weight based one. So you can see that I'm reaching, touching my knuckles to the ground, getting a nice stretch, but at the same time I'm coming up explosively, trying to drive some blood into that lower back. And then what I finish with is a static hold. So, for you guys, you could be doing static hold, you could be doing the repetitions. I like incorporating both. And this is how I warm up my lower back before I start the pull day. Phase 2 of the Roman chair is weighted. We're not going crazy. It's 25 pounds. It took a long time to get to this level to do weighted. I'm just going to scoot that 10 out of the way, boom, and back to the 25. So you can see a nice loaded stretch. Come back up, loaded stretch. Come back up, squeeze. Ooh, nice extension. Big stretch, squeeze, nice extension. As I was saying, you guys don't have to make it weighted. I think from a progression standpoint, this was made the most sense for me, and I'm getting good results from there. So happy with that, happy sailing. If you're not there, don't try it. Like I said, start with the static stretch, move to the repetitions, and then progress accordingly. First hypertrophy exercise, well, technically they're all a little bit of hypertrophy, but the first real machine assisted exercise is going to be the low row, the low hammer row. I'm a big fan of this one because I get an awesome squeeze and I also get an awesome stretch. It is chest assisted, which is one of my tenets for keeping things safe on the back, but also being able to load it. I'm not going light. These are, 245s and a 25. I think it probably took me, 6 months to get to this weight. And I think before, pre-injury, I was doing around 4 plates. So, we're getting there. We're getting close to where we need to be. Again, the goal here is muscle building safely, and this is a great tool. Okay, so this is the second top set. I'm still sticking with the 2 plates and the 25. Pop the top. I got a nice little blood pump in there, so I'm trying to showcase a little bit of that muscle, but I guess that tank is not as revealing as I thought it would be. That's okay. Repetition ranges are going to be anywhere from 8 to 12 on my top sets. Again, like I said, getting a big stretch, nice squeeze, big stretch, nice squeeze, and I'm going to roll that all the way till I get as close to failure as humanly possible without compromising the lower back. Lat pull down. So I see a lot of people having issues with this movement, so I'm going to try to explain this to the best of my ability. There are 2 top sets of this movement that I recorded, so I should have enough time. Now, I like personally a supinated grip rather than a pronated. You guys can see that my hands are, not supinated, but neutral grip, which really allows me to focus on the lat pull down. Okay, so I squeeze, 3, 2, 1, stretch, and squeeze, 3, 2, 1, stretch, and squeeze. So the key for me is controlling the weight as it comes back up, but then an explosive concentric down, different angle, try to showcase the other lat. Right there. I'm going to shrug my shoulders down, and then I'm going to feel that lengthening in the lat, and then I'm not trying to explode backwards. I'm just trying to stay as best I can in position so that all of the pulling is coming from the lat. I'm not trying to generate momentum and power with my legs, because that's going to take away from my lats. Also, the more unbalanced you are, theoretically, the more pressure it's going to take on the spine, and that's when I feel like I get a flare-up. So don't be that guy trying to sling the weight around like a hero. Just focus on you, focus on your weight. Last but not least, we have some accessory movements, focusing on rear delts. I think this targets the rear delts really well. Low fatigue, high stim. You don't need a lot of weight. You can kind of see there. I think I'm on like the first or second setting of the stack, and I'm just driving that arm in and out. Very, very simple. One thing I want to take into consideration or explain to you guys is you can see that I'm not extending my arm fully out. When I extend my arm fully out, that's going to hit the tricep. That's not what we're going for. We're going for the back of the shoulder, which is going to give you that capped delt look. Hard to see right now because obviously my body fat percentage is a little bit higher. We're bulking. We're trying to get juicy. All of that will go. It's hard to gain muscle. It's easy to cut. So the more size you can put on in your off season while still maintaining your abs, generally the better your physique is going to be when you cut. So that is my rear delt movement. There's going to be one more similar one to this, just to focus on upper back and rear delts, and that is going to be a face pull. So only 1 top set here. I believe I did two to 3 at this point, but I only recorded the 1. So you guys can see I got 1 knee down, my core is stable, and I'm just focusing on pulling that rope apart and then holding that contraction for 1 second and then coming back up. Pull, squeeze, come back up, pull, squeeze, come back up, pull, squeeze, come back up. Also, note the chest is staying up the entire time. Okay, that's a key indicator of you doing it the correct way. Pretty sure I'm going to rotate position so you can see the backs. There we go. Okay, yeah, I am. So I'm going to come around so you can see what's happening on the backside. Look at those rear delts. Probably could get a little bit better range of motion. I must be tight back there, but overall squeeze, come back down, squeeze, come back down, and that's at a pull day with the Dragon. Thanks for tuning in. Dragon Ouse.